In EDCI 607, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about STEM and STS, which is Science, Technology, and Society. With STEM, I learned that it is a kind of an incentive for students for science and technology and engineering and mathematics to be kind of embedded in their science instruction. And so I learned about how you can integrate those other subjects within, studying science. And then with STS, I learned how the importance between the historical tie for how science has affected culture and how it can affect society. Basically the impact of it. So as I did. So with biomimicry, I chose to focus in on how doctors used slug glue to mimic surgical glue. So with the slug glue, it was something that was very powerful, where a bird couldn't just reach down and grab a slug off of a log. And also it's very flexible. The serendipitous event, I chose something that I have a childhood tie to. I thought it was really cool how popsicles were invented by serendipitous event, actually by an 8-year-old boy who left his Coke outside in the winter, and that's how he discovered popsicles and began selling those and such. For the quality control, I tested hand soap using pH test strips. My timeline activity, I researched the history behind the telephone and the creation and how technology kind of took it over and advanced the invention over time. My Voc assignment, I did it on an anthropologist named Margaret Mead. So I studied her research and how she looked at South Pacific communities and cultures, and she was very, very revolutionary in the 1970s with the concept of childhood and mental health and some controversial issues that challenge traditional culture. In my journal critiques, I chose some really interesting articles. One that intrigued me a lot was called Journey 2050, and basically what it did was it looked at an online simulation of what the population would need in the year 2050 in order to survive and have farm stability. So they looked at, and that had a strong STS connection and also a strong STEM connection, because they use the electronic program, using technology to go through and look at different elements that made things sustainable for the future. So that one really intrigued me because they went through different levels as they went through the game. And I thought that was really interesting for them to be able to look at kind of the future as far as the population grows. My journal manuscript, I did it on the concept of the spreading of germs and illnesses. So it was titled Disease Detectives. And they went through 3 different activities that dealt with a simulated germ powder to teach them how to wash their hands and show them how quickly and easily germs can be spread. It ended with a presentation project where they researched a communicable disease, and they reported on that and was graded using a rubric. My grant proposal, I did a grant focused on the power of renewable resources, where I asked for funding for some solar power fountains and some robot kits that were solar powered and wind powered. So overall, I really enjoyed this course. And as far as things that I could implement in my classroom, I'm a reading teacher. I was very intrigued by the timeline assignment because I could use that to reinforce sequence text structure. And the serendipitous event, that was really cool. Maybe I could do a cause and effect relationship on that as well. So I really enjoyed the class.